What's going on, everybody? It's me, Working Man, and I wanted to talk about the Fantastic Four. You know, I I know a lot of people have thought about like where's the MCU going, and who would be the leading man of the MCU, and who would be the next Robert Downey Jr. and all that. And of course, if you're no stranger to my channel, you know that I am a big Wyatt Russell, John Walker fan. I mean, I feel like he is, the guy. He should be the next Robert Downey Jr. I mean, look at this picture of him. I mean, does that not say man? That is a hero. I mean, he looks like he just saved some people from 9/11. I mean, that's a hero. I mean, he looks great. Look at that. Look at that nice jawline, the beard, and everything. It looks great. I mean, really heroic. I mean, I like the blue suit. I think it looked good. He needed the beard though. I feel like you know, his uh his face is a lot like mine, where like it's very baby face, and like without the beard, it just doesn't look quite right or whatever. See like here, he's very young looking, which is great though, because that means like he could be Marvel's leading man for another 20 years probably. I mean, he's how old is Wyatt Russell? I think he's not much older than me. I think he's like 37 or something like that. I'm 35. I think he's 37. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I would say look, great man for the part, or to be like say the leader of the new Avengers or whatever, or the next Iron Man, or not as Iron Man, but you know what I'm saying, the next Robert Downey Jr. And then we have Pedro Pascal. Uh, I mean, I know this isn't the real suit, but it wouldn't surprise me if some bullshit like this ends up happening. I mean, let us watch.
Pedro, Pedro Fantastico, the Fantastic Four, the
I mean,
Fantastic
no,
Four,
why
Fantastic
are you doing
Pedro
this stuff? I
Pascal.
mean,
He's
I
dancing.
get it,
Oh, what
that you're
he's
probably
doing, I
busy
don't
or
know,
whatever, and you
but
can't come out of it.
probably
But I
tagging
mean,
something else can
why?
get his foot out
Why
of
would
his
you do it?
mouth. It's Pedro.
Why? Why would you do this? I mean, why would you, go and start licking things and start bad mouthing people and talking about, oh, I want to be on the right side of history? I mean, I think, who was it? Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Was it Jack Nicholson? Jack Nicholson. Let's see. I'm not sure how I'd put this. Jack Nicholson on celebrities. Nope, I messed up. Let's see. Am I spelling this right? Yeah.
Here I am, one of my heroes, and I said, Jack, I said, 5 easy pieces, The Shining, Last Detail, Carnal Knowledge, King of Marvin Gardens. And, he's sitting there and we're in this private plane, it's humming and everything like this. And I'm like this young kid, and he looked at me and goes, like I've always said, kid, I don't make movies, I make classics.
Every celebrity seems to have.
I don't think that was it, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, he says like they shouldn't, reveal too much about themselves, and I can't remember like where it is or whatever. But yeah, I agree with that. I feel like celebrities, they should keep their shit private, and we shouldn't know like their political beliefs and all that, because it affects the way we view them. Like I feel like nowadays we're getting too much of a good look, or well, we're seeing too much of celebrities. We're seeing all the dirty laundry, the disgusting, sides of them. Growing up, like maybe because I was younger, I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I don't recall ever, hearing disgusting things about like trying to think of an actor like Val Kilmer, um, because he played Batman back in the day. I don't remember hearing weird things about George Clooney. Um, basically a lot of actors from the '90s, the people from Friends, whoever, you know, because I guess maybe information just didn't get around like it does nowadays. But yeah, I mean, it's awful. I mean, look at this.
I want to remind everyone that this is absolutely not gay.
There's Pedro and his boyfriend. That's funny. Let's see. I don't care about his lie detector test or whatever the fuck. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull up. Let's see. Victor. Or no, I think it's Overlord. Yeah, DVD. But yeah. I'm hoping none of this gets copyrighted. I mean, I want anyone to know that, if I do use your videos, it's only because, I want to help spread the word and, get people more knowledgeable about, why we need a new Mr. Fantastic. And, the funny thing is, I wasn't even, like, that big of a fan of Mr. Fantastic growing up. I always thought, Fantastic Four, not really my kind of thing. But I don't know. I guess as I got older, I kind of liked him more. Like the stretchy powers and knowing that he's like the world's smartest man. I think that's pretty cool. But I'm sorry, but you get world's smartest man for Pedro Pascal? No, I don't. I mean, granted, he did a good job at playing the Mandalorian in season one, but then it kind of became the Grogu show mixed with member berries of other what do you call it Star Wars characters, which I never really watched. Like I never was or I never watched really all of Star Wars Clone Wars. I didn't watch all, or I didn't watch any of Star Wars Rebels. So pretty much all those characters that they end up like introducing and the live action Mandalorian or whatever, I was like, I don't really know these people. I don't really care. I mean, the only one I really thought was cool was in the Book of Boba Fett when they did the live action version of Cad Bane. That was pretty cool. I mean, I never was a big Cad Bane fan in the Clone Wars cartoon, but seeing him in live action, he looked so cool. He had those big red eyes and like, he had that duster and he looked badass.
My friends, this is a great time to become a channel member. Every week now I'm posting uncensored videos exclusively for my channel members, along with custom emojis and live streams for members at the Arch Villain level where you get to onto the video. My friends, last week I made a video about the frantic last-minute reshoots that are
I wonder, like what he looks like in real life underneath the helmet. Sorry, I'm just gonna try to, like, pause it every now and then. I don't want to, piss this guy off or anything. I don't want to piss anybody off. Like I said, we're all on the same side.
allegedly happening on Fantastic Four First Steps.
I mean, look at that. The black version of, Snape. Why are they doing that? That is so dumb. I mean, it's almost like they want to piss people off.
My Hollywood agents went into some details of what they're supposedly
Damn, that's a lot of cheeseburgers.
fixing with these reshoots, and that was bad enough. And yet, the next day after the release of that video, a source contacted my Hollywood agents with significantly more
I wish, I knew how to, I wish I had the money to, set up a green screen and do all sorts of cool stuff like this, but, I wouldn't even know where to start.
detail about what the ending of Fantastic Four was before the reshoots, and that's why I stand before you today. Now, what I'm about to share with you is not merely bad, it is mind-bogglingly awful. When my Hollywood agent sent me the scoop after speaking to this source, I laughed my ass off. You know, there's such a thing as bad writing. That's pretty much the norm in Hollywood these days, not the exception. That's not.
Oh, did y'all like know about that thing about Pedro Pascal's father or whatever? Did I make this go away? I guess not. But yeah, like how they were like communist royalty in Chile or whatever you say it, and also like I don't know if I can find it or not, but yeah, like Pedro Pascal's father was a fucking like I think he was like some kind of like I don't know like scientist or some shit that he was like I don't know like I read that he was like injecting women with embryos or some shit. I'm like what the fuck? Let's see. And I don't know if it's on here. Let's see. Maybe it was like this. Pedro Pascal's father, Dr. Jose. I don't know. Wait. So that I guess Pedro Pascal is a stage name because his last name would be, Balmaceda. Balmaceda. Is that how you say that? Was accused of serious malpractice, uh, specifically stealing fertility patient. Yeah, that is what it was. He was stealing eggs and embryos and implanting them in other women without their knowledge or consent. I mean, that is what the fuck. I mean, that's like some serious dark shit. As a result, the clinic where he worked was closed and investigations were initiated. He was also eventually arrested in Argentina and held for extradition to the United States. They don't say what happened there. Let's see. Has Pedro Pascal? No, I don't think he does. No, he's clearly gay. I mean, he has no wife, no children, and he's like one of the biggest stars on. Well, I mean, he's a star to some people, not to me. But yeah, a lot of people like him.
No surprise, but this rumored original ending to the Fantastic Four movie, an ending that Marvel is currently fixing with these last minute reshoots, is beyond bad.
Knowing that Fantastic Four is reshooting, that proves my point. Anytime something's reshooting at the last minute, you know it's bad.
It's an epic fail that, if it had actually hit theaters, would have set a new standard for failure in failed Hollywood.
I mean, I wonder if this is true, like his information or whatever, because if so, this would have been very dumb.
Apparently, test screenings went terrible because of this ending, and I'm going to share the alleged details with you today. Here's what I reported in my previous video, which I presented as rumor just to keep you up to date. Quote, a source with knowledge of the Doomsday shoot gave us something interesting last night. According to this source, Disney has ordered emergency reshoots to Fantastic Four. Source claims this has been going on for a few weeks. The source knows this because there's a number of crew members that have been delayed in order to assist in the reshoots. This could be big news according to multiple sources now. The last 20 minutes of Fantastic Four is being completely reshot. Allegedly, what had such a big backlash was the plan was to kill Galactus with a Doomsday device.
I mean, seriously, why couldn't we have gotten this? Why couldn't we have gotten John Krasinski? Mr. Fantastic. Oh God. Why did they have to stick us with Pedro Pascal? I mean, I think he looks great. I mean, he's got a bit of a nose on him, but and I feel like with the right makeup and stuff, they could fix him up a little better. I mean, he looks like he's been in the sun or something. He's got like a bit of a suntan or something. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Right there, he looks pretty good. And I feel like he needs a better suit or something. But yeah, also like I don't know if it was just because like maybe I was picking something up or whatever, but in the what do you call it? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like you could tell, like he looked like he was depressed. I mean, you can kind of see it like here on his face. I mean, it may because he knows like, oh, we gotta kill what's his name, Doctor Strange or whatever. Or it could be that he's like, man, this is my chance. I got to play Mr. Fantastic, and then they just fucking kill me in the next scene. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I hate that so much. Man, they gotta ruin everything. I can't have nothing I want.
That was to be given to him from Silver Surfer, completely clearing her of any wrongdoing. We completely believe this because it's definitely Disney MO, unquote. It was also conveyed to me that the reshoots involved Julia Garner as the Silver Surfette in her human form prior to being transformed by Galactus in order to make her more sympathetic to audiences. Also, these reshoots were triggered by
But the body isn't everything. I mean, it depends on how likable as a character she is, which something tells me like I bet she'll be like just what do you call it, like bland and just like robotic or whatever. She won't have like any kind of personality. And which is weird because I don't know why becoming the Silver Surfer would take away your personality. I mean, you would think, if you were the Silver Surfer, you'd, I don't know, still be you, but you're just like, you fly through space and tell people like, hey, you're gonna die, so enjoy your last moments or whatever.
by the reaction of the public to the trailers and by test screenings that allegedly did.
Can she have sex as the Silver Surfer, or did I guess Galactus take that away from her? Like she can't, reproduce, or can she eat or anything? I mean, I guess maybe you would be like super depressed if like all you could do is just fly through space and tell people, "Hey, you're about to die."
Didn't go well. No, they didn't go well at all. Okay.
Come on, look that up. Let's see. Can Silver Surfer eat? He's eating. I guess he can eat. What the fuck happened to him? Is he getting torn apart by some birds? Wait, what? No, the Silver Surfer does not eat. He absorbs life-sustaining cosmic energy through his skin and does not require. Wait, but he's eating right there in the picture. Unless it's just like, kind of like, what movie was that where he was like, I can eat, but it's only for, pleasure, not for, nutrition or whatever. Let's see. Of greater concern is that this disturbance is also being registered in the fundamental energies of the cosmos. Magic and space, time alike are reacting, and the focus is your mutant team. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm dumb, but yeah, does Silver Surfer pee? Let's see. Yes, are you made of metal? This is a metal sheath formed by power cost. Are you naked? No, I just told you this is a metal sheath, and then it cuts off. How do you pee? He can turn off the metal by mental. Oh, okay, so he has a life other than just being, Silver or Galactus's dog or whatever.
Okay, with all that said, let's get to the new details that have recently emerged. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to my Hollywood agents by a source or sources claiming knowledge of the situation, but since I cannot personally confirm any of it, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So, shortly after my first video about the alleged Fantastic Four reshoots last week, I received the following detailed message from my Hollywood agents. Quote, "So, we have more details according to a source that is willing to come to us with the understanding this is going to be changed because Disney is reshooting the last 25-ish minutes of the movie. According to this source, the issue was the Doomsday device itself. This was what we were told. Sue Storm and Silver Surfette are fighting. During this fight, Silver Surfette has told Sue her backstory. This is where we will see."
Wait, so while they're fighting, or Sue or the Silver Surfer, one of the two, they talk about their backstory. I mean, that's a little weird.
Flashbacks of the Silver Surfette as a woman. Sue talks the Silver Surfette down, and Silver Surfette decides to betray Galactus. Silver Surfette flies to Galactus and pulls out a cube and presses it into Galactus's chest. This makes Galactus die. Also, this has an added effect. It's going to blow up most of the universe. Silver Surfette.
Why would Galactus give Silver Surfer the ability to kill him? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you would think the person you have enslaved, beneath you, you'd want to make sure they don't have the power to kill you. Hang on, let me look that up. Let's see. Google. Did Galactus create No, Galactus did not create the Silver Surfer, but he is responsible for the Silver Surfer's transformation and powers. So, okay, well, then he is the one that gave Silver Surfer powers. So that means then, he should be able to be like, alright, you can't kill me. I'm not giving you that power.
Tells Fantastic Four she will take the body as far as she can, but they must prepare for the worst. The Fantastic Four get in their ship and escape into a portal. End of movie.
Now, wait a minute, Doomcock. I know you haven't finished here. There's more information your Hollywood agents gave you, so stay tuned for that, folks. More is coming, but WTF is this crazy shit. So Galactus is going to destroy Earth. And the solution here is to kill Galactus, which will also destroy not only the Earth, but most of the universe? That's the Fantastic Four's version of saving the day?
Well, yeah, that's what the script was, according to this source.
But that's insane beyond words. Hey, we'll save the Earth by destroying most of the universe and the Earth? And it's the Silver Surfette that defeats Galactus? Fantastic Four has shuck all to do with it?
That's what the source said.
But where does the Silver Surfette get this cube that kills Galactus?
Funny thing that, Harvey. Here's what my Hollywood agents told me. Quote, according to this source, the device in question was just on the Silver Surfette. No one gave it to her. The device was just there. Also, according to this source,
something about like his mask, it kind of reminds me of like a monkey or something.
Fantastic Four screenings broke a new record. It somehow had a lower audience score than the Marvels, which was 28%, which is why there's emergency reshoots happening right now. This jived with what our source told us that watched the test screening, that people were going to hate how this ends. So we are inclined.
So I wonder if they're just like reshooting the end of the movie, or are they reshooting like more than that, like they did with Captain Falcon? Or I wonder what's going on there. Like, also, like, damn, I was just about to say something that fell out of my head. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, it just seems like the Fantastic Four, like, it's a curse, like, basically nobody can seem to get this fucking movie right and get it onto, like, like, get it the film out and make it enjoyable. You know what I think the problem is? I think they try to do too much with the Fantastic Four. when you should be doing little, you know? Because when you think about it, the Fantastic Four, you know, they're not really that strong of heroes. You got a guy made of rocks, you got a fire guy, an invisible woman who can make shields, and then you got, you know, Mr. Fantastic who has stretchy powers and also is the world's smartest man. So why not have them fight, you know, some lower level, you know, villains like, you know, the Mole Man, or I don't really know too many of the Fantastic Four villains. I mean, I know Doctor Doom, obviously, and Galactus, but don't start with Doctor Doom and Galactus. If you want to do them down the road, do them down the road. You know, just have the Fantastic Four fight some low level, you know, street crime or something. You know, like sort of like how Spider Man fights Scorpion. You know, he's not a galactic threat. He's just a regular threat.
To believe this current source, unquote.
Holy shit. An approval rating lower than the Marvels? On the eve of Avengers Doomsday, when they're
That's kind of a cool looking little orb skull thing.
allegedly spending billions in an attempt to save the MCU from what appears to be an imminent death, they're betting everything on Avengers Doomsday, and
This has to be CG, or like, you know, AI artwork or something, right? Surely they don't have pictures of this already out. I mean, also, like, I'm not really digging this, like, this look right here. You know, the cape looks fine. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure what this symbol's supposed to be. It looks similar to the arc reactor in a way, but a little different. Also, something about it, it looks off. Like, see, like, this part goes up here, when it looks like it should, like, have another part right here. See, it should almost, like, mirror this down here. But something about it, it doesn't look right.
the last thing they want is a box office bomb leading into it.
Also, something about Robert Downey Jr.'s face, it doesn't look right or something. Like, his eyebrows don't look right. This part right here doesn't look quite right. I don't know what's going on back here. Like, if that's like some kind of machine that he built, or if it's like a mask that comes on or something. I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
An actual tie-in to Avengers Doomsday that fails spectacularly. They must be shitting bricks of flop sweat and nickels.
They are, oh Skull of Calderon, most assuredly they are. So, what is the Silver Surfette doing just flying around with a cube that can kill Galactus? Does the Silver Surfette have pockets we're not aware of? Or did she hide this cube in the same place that Christopher Walken hid that uncomfortable hunk of metal watch from his Vietnamese captors in Pulp Fiction? The only place where they wouldn't look, where the sun don't shine, and Marvel execs regularly stick their heads. And what heroics does the Fantastic Four display in stopping the threat of Galactus? 0.0. Sue just has a woman-to-woman
I will say I do like the belt. The belt looks good, you know, but I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. I don't know who plays her. I don't know who plays Johnny Storm. I think Johnny Storm looks like a twink. I don't know who plays you know, Ben Grimm, you know. And also it's a really bad photo. She looks like she's like, you know, she looks kind of dumb or something.
talk with the Silver Surfette, maybe about being pregnant and other girly stuff. And the Silver Surfette, well, digs deep within herself, pulls this cube out of her ass, sticks it in Galactus, and kills the universe. Ta-da! Yeah, kind of takes the hero out of superhero, doesn't it?
For that matter, it takes a super out too. And when you take this,
You know, I wonder what it would be like if the Silver Surfette, like, you know, started trying to make her cheeks clap. Would it sound like metal? You know, like bing, 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 bing.
super and the hero, not a superhero, what does that leave?
Fantastic Four, first steps, Harvey Cthulhu, or at least that's how it allegedly was before these reshoots. Kudos to Marvel for at least realizing how awful this was before releasing it. But what does this say about quality control at Marvel that this ever got shot to begin with? This is why Daredevil Born Again failed to chart even.
You know, I never did watch Daredevil Born Again, and I don't really think I want to, because, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just can't get into, like, I don't know, I just can't get into Daredevil. I love, like, street level heroes, Spider Man, all that, but, you know, I don't know, for some reason, like, Daredevil's, it's too dark or something. Like, I don't like dark, gritty stuff. I like hopeful, light, bright stuff. Something fun. But to me, Daredevil's just so drab and dark, and everything's so serious, and I don't know. I don't like that.
Once on the Nielsen's, folks. The horrible writing and woke.
I mean, look at that. It's just everything's so fucking dark. It looks like it's shot like on the CW or something. Like, you know, yeah, did you ever notice that? Like back in the day, like when I very first started watching, Flash, which to this day I still love Grant Gustin. I hope he finds work and maybe gets to do something, maybe play the new Flash or whatever. But anyway, yeah, on that show, there were always like this area, like it'd be outside or inside or something, and it'd be nighttime, and there'd be a bright ass light, and some like cheap looking set or something.
Agenda at Disney has driven fans away, damaging the franchise badly. And if those fans are ever going to return, Marvel had better start writing some great scripts again, because if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.
Will do, sir. Well, that was gonna be it for my video. I think I pretty much said everything I had to say. How long have we been recording? We are going on. Where is the time? I used to say it somewhere. Hello, time, where are you? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe and thumbs up, whatever. And God bless you. And I hope the videos that I showed in this video, that sounded weird. Hopefully they don't mind. I mean, like I said, we're all on the same page, just trying to spread the word of how evil Pedro Pascal is and whatnot. And anyways, like I said, I'll be seeing you. Peace.